So I'm a relatively new player for Path of Exile, and I would say that this league has been some of the most fun content I have experienced in a game that's pretty grindy, like Path of Exile is. I played a little bit here and there throughout different leagues, just very, very small amounts. You can see with my achievements, going back to 2017, it's kind of when I first started playing the game. I played a bit in 2020, it looks like, during COVID. And then I played a little bit in the last season in Necropolis, and then I've been playing a good amount this season. You can see my total playtime for my Steam account is 119 hours, and a pretty decent chunk of that has been played during this Settlers of Kalgur season. One thing that really made me stray away from the game originally was how overwhelming builds can be, especially if you're referring to them off of, Icy Veins or some kind of like Path of Building, POB, kind of website where they go over a very in-depth build where you have to respec into points, especially when you don't even know how to get Orbs of Regret very easily as a new player. So you can see with some of my, most recent videos, a lot of it is centered around Tarkov Arena or Escape from Tarkov. And so I like shooter games. So I went for an archery build during this league. The nicest part was really just going off the rails and just kind of building into what I felt like I wanted to do and just specifying into, attack speed, critical hit chance, and then dealing, extra critical damage once a target is bleeding. And it's something I set out to do right off the bat. So once I went into my skill tree and I just started looking at different skills and reading, quite a few people in my Twitch chat also have helped me a lot. So shout out to Drazen, and another person that helped me the other day, T-Chan. You guys helped me a lot, kind of spec into specific things and letting me know about like Mirage Archers. I'm pretty sure that's what they're called. But just kind of really knowing what attributes can help you throughout the game, and that complement your build. So just getting that extra help from veteran players, or if you have like a friend that's able to help you play through the game, I'd highly recommend as a new player, from my point of view, just to start specking into things that you find that you would like to play as. So with my build, you can see I only have pretty much one skill, which is split arrow. I just really spec'd my whole build around. I specialize my build all around split arrow, and then I bound the space bar to my dash so I could move out of the way from attacks, because I like to just time, if a boss is going to do an attack, I can dodge out of the way so I don't take very big damage and get one shot. With this build, if you do get hit, I do get one shot here and there by bosses. For me, I kind of enjoy that type of play style. It's something that I did similarly to Elden Ring, where I don't necessarily get one shot, and I am a little more tanky, but I use a big sword, and I just kind of whack around and stagger enemies, but I deal very massive damage, and mostly rely on dodge rolling to avoid very heavy damage to my character. Because I've played this way, I only have had to use probably about 3 or 4 refund points that you get through just playing the campaign. I haven't really gotten to endgame. I think I got to endgame once before, back in like 2020, and I was using a minion build, and I was just getting one shot left and right, and just really not enjoying the game, and that made me quit pretty much instantly after hitting endgame. I probably only did maps, like 2 or 3 maps. Um, I couldn't even tell you anything about maps, so I'll find out more this season. But I will say that just having the aspect of gold, has really been a nice fallback option, because it's not an overwhelming way for me to know how to respec my points if I run out of those refund points. The other thing that I really liked about this season is honestly just the entire town and being able to build your settlement up. The thing that I struggled with before, because many people really just say grind out the content, just cruise through the campaign as fast as you possibly can and get to end game, and then like I said, I hit end game and it was a very bad experience. So I felt like I did a lot of work for no results, and it was just more aggravating than fun. But having the ability to progress your settlement as you play through the game as a new player really gives you just goals and things to kind of look forward to, where it's a huge addition for me to, and a huge incentive for me to just log in and just try to build up my settlement more and more. That is really why I've been logging in more often this time. Being able to manage everything with, with shipments, having, these constantly going, along with, I just unlocked this recombinator. I don't even know how this works, but I think you combine items together and then you're able to, take different rare attributes. So, like physical damage, fire damage can be molded into another, highborn arrow or highborn bow, probably. I'm really not too sure. I'm pretty sure that's how it works, though. The disenchanting is really straightforward. I like the UI, how you're able to see what your next upgrade will give you. And farming gold has been a little tricky. I haven't been able to do that efficiently yet. I think that will come with the unlock of maps, though. This addition to Path of Exile, it's really encouraged me. I am really, really looking forward to Path of Exile 2. I think that game is going to be very good. I am, I have really high hopes. I don't want to hype myself too much because there probably will be a lot of bugs. And there will have to probably be a lot of content that they need to release over time after the game comes out with its beta. Hopefully I get access to the closed beta so I can do a little bit of... It's kind of rude to interrupt me there, but I really want to do the closed beta so I can give a little bit of coverage and potentially do a video on that, and my take as a new player getting also into Path of Exile 2. Opening up the currency exchange, it looks very simple, but as a new player, not having very many hours, this is a slightly overwhelming aspect to me, where I don't really know what I even need. I don't even know why I need some of this stuff just yet. So obviously it is all to refine my build. I have done a good amount of crafting, being able to get my resistances up, after hitting Act 6, and getting those debuffs and just making sure I'm able to compensate for them with my defense, and just really paying attention to how much my attack is doing, all that good stuff. But currency exchange still really isn't very relevant to me, at least. So I kind of need to learn more about why it's relevant. But the last thing I'll say, again, coming from a new player is to another new player, is I would definitely encourage you to give the game a chance, but also to not really look up super thorough builds if you've played Elden Ring. Just kind of think of what build you enjoyed playing in Elden Ring or a game of that sort, where you really like, playing quick, having attack damage, or you like to play more passive and have, your items do the work for you. There are very many different ways to play, especially if you get somebody that knows the game a little bit even. They can kind of help walk you through what skills and support gems you can use to really customize and craft the playstyle to whatever you want to play as. I'd almost recommend to not look at the strongest, best builds in the game, because I feel like that deters you away from the goal of building your character and your progress the way you want it to, and you're doing it just the most efficient way. So I think that is a fun way to play, if you want to play that way. However, for me, I'd rather just enjoy myself, go through the content at my own pace, especially for the first few times. And once I really want to start optimizing everything, then I will start looking at path of building, getting a bunch of third party, UI elements that help me, understand and build my character to be much better. But all that stuff is very overwhelming for a new player. Hopefully, as we see in Path of Exile 2, I really hope that will be more streamlined, more encouraged. I know that you're probably going to be able to switch things on the fly a little bit more, but I would start to maybe get used to at least the currency in this game and understanding how probably crafting systems work. If you really want to have a slightly bigger advantage in Path of Exile 2 once that game releases. If you've liked this video, please like and subscribe. I will be streaming Path of Exile, Tarkov Arena, all that good stuff on my Twitch channel if you want to check me out at twitch.tv/turdydoilet. You guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.